Gréile Casla nugo am Kamanawadzi Gaiclach Yelis Nusaklin. I'm going to be telling you a story, the Kwagu'ł legends, out of the Kwagu'ł legends, and the story I'm going to tell you is called The Mink's Search for a Wife. And the mink in the story, his name is Kwagu'ł. So one day, Kwagu'ł went up to his mother, who is a big sea lion, and she's a Kwagu'ł. And he said, Mom, I think I'm old enough to get married now, and I've seen this beautiful girl. She has long brown hair. Her hair touches the ground, and I really want to marry her. She's really, really nice. So the mom said, well, you're going to have to talk to the chief and see if he will, arrange this marriage for you. So the day they invited all the village people to the wedding, and they got married. So he looked at his wife and he said, I think it's time. I want to go in the water now. And she said, no, you're going to have to wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit longer. So he's getting really, really frustrated. He's like, I really want to go down into the water now. And she said, let's wait a little bit longer. So they waited a little bit longer. And finally she looked at him and said, okay, we can go now. It's time to go into the water. It's almost low tide. So Kwagu'ł and his bride went down to the water, and the girl ran her foot, dragged her foot down on the water into the ocean. And then she said, and then she grabbed onto the bottom of the ocean with her toes. So she leaned her body in the direction of the tide. And her long brown hair like floated on top of the water. So when the tide is going out, you lean to the sea. And when the tide is coming in, you lean towards the land, she said. So Kwagu'ł said, let's go under the water. Let's submerge. She said, the tide will soon make us submerge. And it's getting stronger and stronger. Sure enough, the tide got higher and higher, and they went under the water. The girl clung on to the bottom of the ocean. Pretty soon, Kwagu'ł started to lose his breath, and he couldn't breathe anymore. So he said to his wife, let's go up to the surface. Like he's trying to talk under the water, right? I just can't take it anymore. So anyway, what he did was he wiggled out of her arms, and she let him go, and he went swimming up to the surface. And the Kwagu'ł just laid there huffing and puffing. He was so tired from his long swim from the bottom of the ocean. And foam was coming out of his mouth and out of his nose, and and his brother found him there and took him to his mom's house and said, Mom, you almost lost me. I almost drowned. And Kwagu'ł said, you almost lost me. I made a mistake. I married a piece of kelp. So anyway, he married a kelp woman, and that's why he got dragged under the water, right? So anyway, the next day, the Kwagu'ł said to his mom, Mom, I found this really, really nice girl. She's so nice. And, well, who is it this time? Said his mom. She's a young girl. She's got a beautiful round face. Really, she's so beautiful. And I think I want to marry her. So the mom said, and don't blame me if you marry the wrong girl again, she said. So let's just hope this is the right girl. So anyway, the next day, everyone from the village came to Kwagu'ł's wedding, to this round-faced girl. So he was so anxious to get out. he wanted to go out into this pond. He was so anxious to go sit with his wife. So, when are we going to go out there, he said to his wife. When are we going to go out there and make a noise in that pond over there? And, well, we must wait until the sun moves a little bit over to the west, she said. But I can't wait any longer. Let us go now and let's get out there. No, you better wait. You have to wait until the first bullfrog makes his sound, and then we can all make a sound. So he's kind of like, what's happening here, you know? And finally that evening indicated that it was time to go out into that pond. So they went out to the round pool of water, and it wasn't much bigger than the top of a tabletop. All the frogs went to the pond and sat with their mouths sticking out of the water. So now they're all like this in that little pond. And Kwagu'ł and his wife crouched in the pool, and they hung on waiting for that big bullfrog to make the first croak. When the chorus began, Kwagu'ł really enjoyed it. But then it just got him really irritated. He was just huinata after that, because he was just irritated by the sound of them just making the frog sound. He was just getting annoyed, right? And then he's like, I just can't take anymore. Let me go. I just want to go. You people make too much noise. So then he broke away, went to go see his mom and said, do you hear that noise over there? That's my wife over there. I think I married a frog. So anyway, he's really irritated with his new wife, you know. So anyway, one day later, he approached his mom again. And he said, Mom, I found the right girl now. I know it's the right one. I just know this is my wife. She's really nice and quiet. She doesn't even say anything. So, and she's so beautiful too. Okay, you may get married again, but I hope this is the last time. Because you're just keep getting married every day. You're going to make everyone tired of going to your weddings. After the wedding, Kwagu'ł moved into the house where his wife was. And he said he was starting to get real hungry now. And he said, are you going to cook us something to eat? And she just sat there like this. She just looked forward, did not say a word. And he said, are you going to cook us some dinner? I'm really hungry. Why are you not going to cook us something? And he's getting more crabby by the second, right? He's real llawis now. There was no answer. She just sat there. You know. And he asked again, when are you going to make me something to eat? I'm really puska. She still didn't answer. So by then, he's really llawis. He asked her again and again, and she wouldn't answer him. So, I want to eat, and why don't you answer me? So, her silence made him so llawis. So now he's like over the edge, right? I'm just going to punch you in the nose, he said. So now he's gotten really llawis and being very abusive, right? And his wife still didn't say anything. It didn't even faze her. She just kept going. Look forward. So he opened his fist, punched her over and over. And see, that's what you get. That's what you get for not cooking me dinner and not listening. And you're not talking to me. You got me really llawis. This is a really rowdy story, guys. This is definitely not the way to deal with things, I'll tell you that. And now you got a bloody nose. Anyway, so then Kwagu'ł looks. He looked at his own fist. He looked at his knuckles, now he's looking. And he realized that it was his little knuckles that were bleeding. And then he looked at her, and she's still like this. She didn't move, she didn't cry, she didn't do nothing. So, what he didn't realize was that he actually was married to a rock. Okay? So, The fourth time, Kwagu'ł went up to his mom and says, Mom, I found the right girl. She walks way up in the air. Do you see her? And you know, he's really proud of his wife. She's beautiful. She's really nice. She walks way up into the air. And I'd like to walk with her. So Kwagu'ł got married again. He went up into the sky with her lachaiki, way up into the sky. He said, hey, let's go for a run. And she says, no, we have to wait until the wind comes. Can you run fast? Sure, I can run fast, said Kwagu'ł. They didn't wait long before the southeast wind came. The Kwagu'ł was real happy now, right? Like he got to go run with his wife. Those southeasterners can really make the clouds move fast. The wind rose. The Kwagu'ł had to run fast to keep up with his wife. So he started to fall behind. She looked back and says, can't you run faster? But the wind came really strong now. Kwagu'ł couldn't keep up to his wife. He lost track of her and he just gave up. He went to see his mom and he says, Mom, look, my wife's gone. She took off on me. I think I married a cloud. So anyway, now he's married to this cloud. So his mom looked at him and said, you know what, son? I think you better just stay single. So she's kind of getting crabby with him, like constantly wanting to get married, right? So Kwagu'ł, of course, not giving up, went to his mom again, wanted permission to marry again. So he said, Mom, I found the final one. She's a decent girl. She's very beautiful. You know, she's a really nice girl. Well, the mom said, well, this is the last time. I don't advise you to get married again. You're going to make everyone tired of like attending your weddings. They're not going to believe in you anymore. So Kwagu'ł got married again. I'm married to this girl, and this is a girl I want. She's so beautiful. So he happily got married to a lizard. So I hope you enjoyed the story. That's the end of Kwagu'ł, but this is actually one of the stories that we tell the students, and we have them act them out. And so I will be coming back here telling more legends, and I hope you enjoyed that story and come back for more. And if you have any requests, you can find me on Facebook. It's Pee Wee Alfred. Come back.